Now we get underway with heat number 4 for junior Rotax. It is groups B versus D, and here is your starting order. On pole position, it's going to be the 298 of the UK's Joshua Graham. Alongside him will be Belgium's Matej Denkovic in the 296 alongside. Kasper Schormans will be joined by Lucas Blanford on row 2. Ollie Wise and Timo Jungling, row 3. Raymond Bansel and Sebastian Koch on row 4, with Lewis Goff and Tom Strehler completing the top 10. Max Cuthbert, Christian Stefanov, August Reber, Jack Baker, Crick Noren, Sky Parker, Freddie Lloyd, Matthias Jellerup, Henry Cameron, Thomas Rudokas and Julian Kovacevic round out the 21 that will go onto the circuit. Of course, Kovac not able to compete due to not being medically cleared to race here at Paul Fletcher International. Now onto the formation lap they go, ahead of 7 minutes plus an additional lap of racing. So the drivers now make their way through the Mike Wilson complex and slow to a crawl. The red lights are on the starting gantry, ready to go out as we have 7 minutes on the timer plus 1 additional lap. The drivers now will split. Head into the tram lines. Are we ready? Are we steady? Lights are out first time. We are underway. Good start by the pole sister Josh Graham as Kasper Schormans follows him through. The Bruno Ferrari S's on the first time. Lucas Blanford trying to close on in on Matej Denkovic for third position, but the Sony Vitesse driver not able to make the best of the opportunity as they head over the bridge for the first time. Schormans drifts wide coming out of turn number 4. Means Radenkovic will be right on his rear bumper as it looks to be that Blanford's got someone going up the inside. That's Ollie Wise and gets through. That's 4th position for the number 256. Oh, bit of a scuffle at the front end of the field. Schormans trying to frantically get past Joshua Graham as Ollie Wise is right on the back bumper. And Matej Denkovic through the Terry Fullerton S's. Now into Bobby Game corner. Schormans taking a tighter line into the Mike Wilson complex, but Graham able to defend him by making the rear end of that cart as wide as humanly possible. Schormans closing in on Graham as they complete the opening lap, looks to the inside and sweeps through into the Bruno Ferrari S's and takes the race lead from Graham. There goes Radenkovic, and now Ollie Wise trying to get past the 298 from Argenti Motorsport. Might make the run through into turn number 3. And Graham still holds his line. Wise was towards the outside, and here comes Timo Jungling up the inside into the infield hairpin. The 265 from the UK, based out of London, gets through on the 256 from KR Sport. Tom Strehler is fighting tooth and nail as Max Cuthbert's trying to do a high, wide and handsome round the outside of the secondary hairpin. Schormans now in the lead. Radenkovic second. Joshua Graham will knows this track a lot better than these two, so track knowledge could be a key advantage for the 298 from Argenti Motorsport. Out of the final corner, we complete lap number 2. Schormans in the lead. Radenkovic right up his rear bumper and exhaust pipe at the same time. Just over a tenth of a second between them. Radenkovic scrabbling to get past the 240 from the Netherlands as they go over the bridge through turn 3. Great move there by Graham up the inside of Radenkovic through turn 4 and going round the outside of him while sideways went Timo Jungling. Up into P3 goes the 265 from Dan Holland Racing. Ollie Wise waiting in the wings as Max Cuthbert now trying to battle away with Ariman Bansal from India. Gets through at the secondary hairpin. Bansal tries to get through on the crisscross. Can't get the job done. And now it's 1-on-1. Shawmans versus Graham, and it's the latter's home turf. Youngling in third ahead of Radenkovic. Ollie Wise holding station in fifth place as they come out of the final corner. Lap 3 now completed. Lucas Blanford is battling away with Latvia's Tom Strela, this year's RMC Nordic Junior Rotax champion, as there goes Ollie Wise looking for a move up the inside of Matej Radenkovic through the banking, unable to make the move stick. A little bit further back, Matthias Yellow might have just gotten past Christian Stefanov as Joshua Graham has the lead. Youngling second, Shawmans down to third. Now Youngling's got the lead, Shawmans gets through as well. Down to third goes Joshua Graham. Ollie Wise trying to go round the outside of Matej Radenkovic for fourth place. Looks to the inside of the run down to the Fullerton S's. Will he get through? He makes it before they even make the chicane. Youngling leads. Closely fought between him, Shawmans and Graham for the race lead. Don't count Ollie Wise out of this one either. Now the train is starting to elongate. Timo Youngling still leads the way. Kasper Shawmans second, Joshua Graham. Ollie Wise, that's your top four. Radenkovic, then here comes the cavalry. Tom Strela and Lucas Blanford are hotly closing in on them. 2 by 2 towards the bottom part of the top 10, through the banking up towards the Litchfield Bridge, and look at the freight train. Youngling still leads it at the moment. Is anyone going to run wide coming out of turn 4? Yes, Max Cuthbert slightly does. Youngling on the defensive from Shawmans. Graham right behind them. This is the concertina effect that's happening right now. Lucas Blanford tried to go round the outside of Tom Strela and made the move stick through the opening hairpin. He's going to get through on Ollie Wise. So does Matej Radenkovic. Blanford and Wise side by side into the Fullerton S's. Who makes it through? They both make it through. I think Tom Strela might have got through as well. Ollie Wise has dropped a load of positions. He was running P4 until it all started kicking off, coming through the through on the Litchfield Bridge when Timo Youngling was leading the freight train. Still 2 minutes to go, plus an additional lap. Top three pretty much line astern. 3 tenths covering Youngling, Shawmans and Graham as they go up the hill. Oh, Shawmans makes a mistake through the bank at the top of the hill. Graham gets through for second. Now we'll have to start pushing to see if we can put pressure on Timo Youngling. Youngling looked over his left shoulder. Graham looked over his right, a little bit further back. Lucas Blanford in the wars. Max Cuthbert trying to get some moves done as well, and that includes on the 274. That's Lewis Goff. And behind Max Cuthbert, there's Ollie Wise. He's dropped down to 10th position. And now Joshua Graham retakes the lead. More changes for the race lead so far in this encounter. And you can shake his stick at. And Joshua Graham, with 1 minute and a quarter to go, has the race lead ahead of Timo Youngling. Kasper Shawmans, who's now been confirmed to move to CPB Sport and become a Sodi kart driver for next year. Looking to make his best intentions known here at the home of British karting. But Joshua Graham leads the way. Over the bridge they go once again. Matej Radenkovic is closing in on them as they come down in towards the first hairpin. Youngling lunges up the inside of Graham. Graham gives him a little bit of a squeeze. He loses out not just first, but also second. Graham drops down to third. Blanford now in fifth and is chasing them down very, very quickly indeed. And he's not that far behind Matej Radenkovic. Radenkovic gives him a squeeze on the run down to the Fullerton S's. Less than 30 seconds to go. And this is the most unpredictable race on who's going to take the race lead. Who's going to be the winner? Youngling makes a mistake coming out of Bobby Game corner, and he gets a little bit of a touch from Matej Radenkovic. Lucas Blanford gets through the eye of the needle right there, and he gets fourth. Graham now toe-to-toe with Shawmans as it was 7 seconds across the line. We've got 2 more laps to go, including this one. Graham trying everything to get through on Shawmans, who now has the right of way to defend the racing line as wide as humanly possible. Now he pulls to the right-hand side of the circuit. Graham's to the outside into hairpin number 1. Will he get the cut back? Will he get the crisscross? Not on this occasion. And right behind them, Timo Jungling goes towards the outside. He's round the outside of Joshua Graham through the second hairpin. They nearly clash wheels. 3 wide going into the fullest of Essex, and Shawman still holds on to the lead. Now Graham's got the inside run going into Bobby Game corner. Oh, a little bit of a touch between the two. Graham's back through. Jungling's through. This is absolutely crazy at the end of this race. 1 more lap to go. Hard into the barriers. That's Mateo Dankovic. Last lap board is out. Last lap board is out. Absolute chaos in the final lap of a bit of this race. Disaster for Mateo Dankovic out of the race and in the barriers off of the Mike Wilson complex. Joshua Graham, is he still holding on to the race lead? That is yes. Jungling is still battling with him, looking towards the outside. As we've got double waved yellows, no overtaking permitted out of the Fullerton S's. So Mateo Dankovic looks to be okay and out of the carts on his own power, but that now means yellow flags right the way through to the checkered. Joshua Graham is still in the lead of this race, and the checkered flag comes out. Joshua Graham, after a hard-fought scrap, wins heat number 4 ahead of Timo Jungling. Tom Streller started on the outside of row 5. The Latvian takes 3rd. Kasper Schauman's 4th. Lucas Blanford from Sodi Vitesse takes P5. Max Cuthbert, well, what do I need to say about him? Started 11th, finished P6. Krit Knorren, Ollie Wise, Lewis Goff, August Raber, Jack Baker, Sebastian Koch, Raymond Banzel, Sky Parker and Christian Stefanov round out the top 15. Matthias Jarup, Julian Kovacevic, Thomas Rudokas and Henry Cameron complete the top 19 that finished the race. Mateo Dankovic out after an incident that saw him hit the barriers off of the Mike Wilson complex on the penultimate lap. Freddie Lloyd out after the opening lap of the race, and Kai Veach unable to start due to not being medically cleared.